Waking up in the brisk of morning, the crisp sunlight flooding in the room like water flooding into a house. My ears dancing in joy to the music of the small MP3 player in my hands, cold from the night seeping to take the heat from your struggling body. With my set of furry PJs, I take a stand out of bed, feeling the furry carpet peep between my toes, giving feeling back to my feet. I walk to put on my long-sleeved black coat that almost reaches my feet in length. I always pick out my shirts ahead of time and wear the one of choosing overnight to keep any warmth I can to my body. I change into my wider pants, reaching my feet but not reaching over my foot. My pants I prefer black. My shirts I like purple, green, or blue. All my life I've wanted to be part cat, but that never seems to come to reality, at least not the way I would think. Such as cat ears, tails, more attributes. Wait, tails? Tails. Like in multiple tails. Multiple tails. Okay, continuing. In my case, sounding exactly like a cat is as close as I'm going to get. Today my shirt is purple and I wear my purple slipper-like shoes. Just since my green and blue slipper-like shoes don't work with this shade of purple. Duh, my shirts have cats on them. Time to pick up one out of my 3 kitty hats. Hee hee, I bet you guessed by now. Green, blue, and purple. And yes, it is purple today. Oh, God. How would you not know that already? Jeez. I don't carry much to or from school, so I just have my kitty backpack that is pretty small with a little of all the stuff I have. Wow, thanks for not explaining anything that you have at all. Okay. I know, you're thinking, slippers are not made for PE. Nobody thought that. Why would you write this? Who said that? You. Yes, they do in my case. Now let's make it to the bus stop on time, okay? No staggering behind and making both of us miss the bus. That's not cool. Got that? Good. Now let's go. God, I hate that. I just hate it. I hate it so much. It's just no. I don't know where I was going with this. Because this never comes back again later. At the bus stop. Wow. You're so slow. I made it up here in 3 seconds. You took a whole minute. That's not physically possible. I said, sorry, you just run so fast, she said. She is so shy she's so shy even to me, and we've known each other since we were 2. Okay. She's bright red, like a nice plump tomato. That's weird. It's okay, we still have 10 minutes until the bus is here, I said with a big smile. What? We still have 10 minutes? Why did we run then? She seemed a little upset, but she should be used to it by now, since sometimes we actually might be late. Hee hee. Don't cry. Be happy that we didn't miss the bus. Besides, this is good practice for the physical tests, right? I nudged her as I said my final words before I picked her up and put her on my back, like if you were to give someone a piggyback ride. Wow. So descriptive. Eee! I'm falling, she shouted. No, you're not. I'm holding you up, silly, I said. The fucking period in the fucking... I can't. She opened one eye and then soon held... She opened one eye and then soon held tightly to my shoulders and bent forward. Probably since she thinks she's going to fall if she doesn't. That's where I decided it would be a great spot to end this first page. This wouldn't even make an actual page in a book. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't. Maybe it would. I don't know. Just, no. She's wearing a shortish. God, why can't I speak? I cannot speak. She's wearing a shortish black skirt with a white shirt and a short black jacket. God, this is the worst sentence ever for me to read out loud. Her shirt has black horizontal lines, 8 of them that go all the way around. Her hair is a beautiful blonde. That's not the right spelling of blonde. With her hair out for winter. Her eyes are emerald green, and she wears gloves for warmth. Her shoes are cute brown boots with her black and white striped leggings going down into them. She isn't very tall like me, and fortunately we have all the same classes, so she's not alone. Okay. Since I'm telling you her looks, I should tell you more about mine, because I am apparently so self-centered. I have short black hair, blue eyes, and black gloves. I don't need socks for my paw slippers or leggings since I wear long pants. You're wearing leggings? When did you wear leggings? Okay, I'm not questioning it. We are both white-skinned. The bus! I shouted as I let Suki down. No. It's the names. Oh, no. I hate the names. I thought I should tell you her name. Mine is Miku Hikari Sanu. I was such a fucking weeb. That's my full name. We both have small backpacks and sit in the back with Noku, a boy, Sakura, a girl, and Boku, boy. God, why? Why could I not have come up with creative names? These aren't even like actual... I'm pretty sure most of these are not even close to being actual Japanese names. I cry. Boku is pretty silent. He doesn't care what other people are doing, but Noku has said Boku talks sometimes. Obviously. Okay. Noku has attitude. He is quiet. rude. Okay. but I kinda like him. Sakura looks like she takes happy pills. She likes My Little Ponies, and I think she's always hyped up on sugar like it's a drug. 'Cause, middle schoolers, always judgmental. And I'm also judging My Little Pony, but yet that's something I watched later on. Okay. Miku, said Suki. She suddenly whispers in my ear, sit by Boku and I'll sit by Sakura. I whisper back, why? Just do it, she whispers back sternly. I listen to her and sit by Boku, 'cause I apparently will just listen to whoever. He looks at me with a question face. I smile at him and try to be nice. Hi, I'm Miku Sanu. Who the frick says their first name and last name to people? Like, if I go up and greet someone, I'll be like, oh, hi, here's my first name or middle name that I go by. Not, oh, hi, this is my first name and last name. Okay. I mean, it makes sense. I was socially inept as a middle schooler, so I say, again with all the double periods, I don't like to include my middle name, so I just say first and last. Oh my god, she was gonna almost say her middle name as well. Why? Boku is silent and suddenly touches my face. That's not strange at all. Yes, I try to say. We were almost at school, and I'm flustered by Boku. Oh god, I'm gonna hurl. Sit by me again, please, on the bus, after school, okay? He whispered in my ear. Oh fuck, I was supposed to be whispering. Well, too late now. I couldn't find any words to say, so I just nodded and he looked relieved. Maybe he found me comforting like most people do. Wow. Okay, I understand that I actually was like almost genuinely this stupid as a middle schooler, so it makes sense that I would write a character that would be this stupid and thought that this was like a normal occurrence and not this is weird as fuck and I should not do this. Okay. I smile at him and then get off the bus and walk to the school library. Boku came in and sat by me instead of him being alone. He just sat and read, being silent. I feel a little happy that maybe he was depressed and I'm making him feel not as alone. The bell rings and I continue reading my book, walking with Suki to PE. Okay. So, my character gets off of the bus, goes to the library. He starts reading. The bell rings. I continue reading a book that I wasn't reading in the first place, and then walk to PE next to Suki, who wasn't mentioned to be there. So, and I don't say there is no occurrence of her coming in and sitting next to us or being in the same area, or I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it at. I'm overanalyzing this. I just gotta move on. Today we have floor hockey. My favorite sport out of all of the school's sports. Because in middle school, fun fact, I sucked at all sports, and this is the only one I was decent at. I was going after the puck, racing other Whoa. We jumped from me walking to PE, to me talking about PE, to suddenly being in the action of PE with no transition at all. Okay. I was going after the puck, racing other students, fast like me. Suddenly, crash! Ah! I cringe as pain flows through my hand. Cringe is not the best word, but you know what? Cringe did mean a different thing back then. It doesn't mean the same as it does now. The coaches let me go to the nurse's office. Wow. I try to hope. Oh god. Oh no. Okay, I'm just giving you a heads up. There's a lot of illogical stuff coming up if you didn't already know that. Like, I already have a feeling that was gonna happen. I tried to hold back my tears, but I can't. While I was running to the nurse's office, I passed Boku and Noku talking. They seemed worried, but I couldn't pay attention. Why would... Okay, that was kind of pointless. What is wrong? The nurse asked. I hurt my hand in floor hockey, I said, sniffling in between. She looked at my hand and called 911. I called 911. I called 911. Oh god. I think I broke my hand. You would have noticed that, like, something was kind of wrong with your hand, other than it would just hurt, and, like, you know, she would call 911, but she would probably tell you first, like, oh, hey, that's broken, we need to call you an ambulance, and call your parents, and all that kind of stuff, but nope. By the way, I've never broken a bone, so middle school me just guessed what breaking a bone was like, and it's completely illogical. None of it ever makes sense at all, and yeah, it's pretty stupid, but we're gonna get through it. An ambulance came and took me away. I slowly fell asleep from the medicine they gave me. When I woke up, it was my alarm. I looked at my hand. That's not how this works. I look at my hand in the cast. I get ready to go as fast as I can and run up to the bus stop. Suki was already there. You missed a day of school. Are you okay? She said, worried. This isn't... Okay. Yeah. I'm fine. No worries. You know what? What's sad about this is that, like, almost every character except for, like, my character, which is like a slight self-insert, has, like, better dialogue than me. That's just kind of sad. I smiled, but deep down I wondered why I slept a whole day. Well, yeah. Do you know why I slept a whole day? I asked, curious to know. I really don't like how it keeps transitioning between present tense and past tense, because I think that keeps happening and it's kind of weird. Oh, I was in the ambulance with you. That would never happen unless they were, like, related. And even then, I still don't think it would happen, and I don't think she would be pulled out of school for this and go on with that. She'd just be worried at school. The parent would have been, or a guardian would have been with one of them. It wouldn't have worked this way. This is not how things work. Somehow you didn't notice the blood from your hand, and that you lost a lot of it, she said. Wow, just so jolly and holly about it. You sound confident today, I noticed. Hee. I decided to be more confident so you didn't have to worry about me during recovery, she said, looking down. This is not how character development works. I'm proud of Suki, and I I'm a little happy she was confident so I wouldn't worry. I can't wear my paw glove on my left hand. Wait, did she mention wearing gloves? I don't remember. Also, this sounds like I was kind of a furry. At least it wasn't my writing hand. Oh, by the way, I actually did get injured in middle school and in floor hockey. Didn't break anything. I just got hurt and it sucked. Okay. Continuing. The bus pulled up and we got on the bus. I already told Suki about my promise, so I sat by Boku. You could have used dialogue there or something. Just some sort of substance at all. Nobody notices since the 4 farthest back seats were empty besides me and Boku in the left-right seat. It'd be Boku and me, not me and Also, that's not how buses work. The back seats are always like the most full with like the troublemakers. That's how buses work. This is not how it works. It's okay. I was a socially inept child. He grabbed my hand with worry filled in his indigo eyes. Oh wow, look. This is obviously the most special person in this novel because he has unhumanly colored eyes. Oh wow. Also, again, creepiness. No. His black hair was a mess, and I happen to have a comb I keep for the guys who need one. I handed it over to him and he just stared. Wow, way to be a bitch. I hope I didn't offend him. He looked at my face, probably filled with guilt that I offended him, and then started combing his hair. Again with the transitioning between present and... Okay. It looked so nice that I couldn't help but pat him on the head. Wow, it's turning into anime now. He looked at me and I started to blush. Sorry, your hair looks so nice. I wanted to pat your head. This is just cringe. I am dying on the inside. I stuttered. Oh, she's stuttering? Great. He smiled and gave back the comb. I put it away when he grabbed my left hand. Okay, also this is unsanitary. I'm just gonna say that now. Just don't mind me dying. I put it away when he grabbed my left hand. What happened? Oh wait, that's him. What happened? He whispered in my ear. Oh fuck, he's whispering. What happened? He whispered into my ear. It was just a floor hockey accident. Oh, she's also whispering. Great. It was just a floor hockey accident. I whispered gently to him, not to scare him by talking loud. The bus came to a stop at school when I stood to get off, but he grabbed my arm. Wow, that's not creepy. Follow me. He whispered. I am sorry, I cannot do a boy's voice, or I can't do any masculine kind of voice. Not my forte. He then stood and clutched onto my coat. I guess she didn't even say what she was wearing today. I guess she's just wearing the same thing, but a different color. I walked off the bus and turned around. Wait. Oh yeah, this is another point of no logic. He grabs on her coat. She gets off the bus and turns around and waits for him. But he's still clutching onto her jacket. So I don't understand why. Boku, still clutching onto my jacket, walked behind the school into the beautiful forest. Okay, now he's just dragging her by her jacket. That's lovely. Also, there's now a forest behind the school that we don't even know what the school looks like or where it is. He kept on walking until we hit a valley. That's not creepy at all. This is like murder, like, oh, hey, I'm gonna take you out here and then murder you kind of vibe. The winter snow was glittering like stars in the night. Wow! I looked around in awe. I started to feel dizzy when Boku, a little taller than me, okay, thanks, picked me up and started to carry me back. 1, how would he know that? 2, again, non-consensual touching, no likey. My face was bright as a tomato, again with the tomatoes, but I hung on tightly to keep warm. My eyes flutter, trying to stay open as he carries me to the school building. I snuggle closer to his chest, of someone that I barely know, as he gets close to the library. Her leg's not broken, Boku, a male student says. Newest couple, shouts another. That's not what would happen at all. Like, people in the, like, kids in middle school would be mean and stuff, but they wouldn't do that. None of that kind of stuff ever happened. They'd just be like, oh crap, that person's like not doing so good, or whatever, that person's carrying that other person, who cares? They might do rumors about it, bother you about it later, but they're really not gonna like do it at the moment that it happens. And like, especially not with somebody that they don't even know. But whatever. No, I just don't feel good. I try to shout my best. He sets me down in the library, making sure I'm okay. Okay, the library, if you thought she was not okay, you should have taken her to the nurse's office first. Not to the library. I'm just saying. I can't see much. I fall into his lap, failing to sit up. Wow, just throwing yourself all over a stranger. What good ethics. He suddenly picks me up again and takes me to the nurse. I can barely breathe as he places me down in her office. She hasn't recovered. Oh, this is the nurse, not him. Okay. She hasn't recovered fully. Miku has a fever, said the nurse. No context of whatever. I faintly hear Boku's voice before I doze into full unconscious. Okay. All I know is that he said, Miku, please be okay. This is awful. I can't. I wake up to many rowdy noises. So descriptive. Well, where am I ask. You're in the hospital. You got a bad fever, but you're recovering now, said someone in the room. I open my eyes and focus on Boku and Suki. Okay, I understand that, like, maybe Suki would be there. She barely knows Boku. He shouldn't be there. He shouldn't even, like, why would he show up? That's so creepy. I can't, like, and there's also, again, no adults. There's no adults. Boku, be careful. She might act like she's drunk. The doctors clarified that they had to use laughing gas to make her cooperate. Excuse me? That's not how this works. It's not how this works at all. It's not laughing gas. And they also wouldn't use that on someone to make them cooperate. And also, if someone needed to go under surgery or something, they would use like, you know, the stuff that they use. I can't say that word, honestly. Hold on. I got it. I got this. Anesthesia. Anesthesia. There we go. Anesthesia. That's what it would have been, if anything. Or just some pain relief drug, said Suki. Boku nodded and watched me. Not creepy at all. Purple, I said, pointing at his indigo eyes. See what I mean? Said Suki with a little giggle. Boku, I said. Come here, I whispered. Sorry, I just keep getting frustrated when it says I whispered afterwards, and I'm trying to read this, and it's not whispering, even though Suki could hear me, so she was loud whispering. He walked over and sat beside me. Not creepy at all. I hugged him and snuggled closer. His face was in shock and velvet red. Finally, something other than a tomato. Suki just gasped with her mouth open. Does this mean she likes you? Suki shouted. Sometimes laughing gas lets out your secrets. Suki hesitated and sat down shocked. Oh my god, this is so stupid. I hate this. I can't. I reached up and kissed Boku on the cheek. Someone that I barely even know. I've only known this person for like a day or two. And I've mostly been injured in these 2 days. What? He's done nothing remotely romantic at this point. I mean, there's like kind of romantic stuff that I tried to put in here, but it's not romantic. It's just creepy and like murder vibes. Oh, God. Boku, I'm cold, I whispered loud but sadly. I passed out again, limp like on Boku sleeping. Again, this is not how any of this work. Boku and Suki both sat there frozen, not able to make out the scene or what they should do. The next time I woke up, they were both in the same spots, frozen. This is so bad. I yawned and looked around. What's going on? Why are you both frozen in shock? Why am I leaning on Boku? I demanded answers. They both snapped out of it and told me the whole thing. I sat straight up, no longer leaning on Boku. I froze in shock. I'm so sorry, Boku and Suki, I shouted. You like Boku? Suki hesitated to say. Wow, just shout it out there, make it awkward for my character. Thanks. Wait, where does this go? My face flushed red. Good job. And I looked at Boku. I started to feel faint, but I didn't know if I liked him for sure. This is so stupid. This is not how any of this works. I can't. I fell on Boku, tired from thinking about this. I woke up in the hospital. Today was Sunday. There has been no context for what day of the week it's been at all. But also this was a school day, so I'm assuming that the last day of school was a Friday, and that she slept the whole entire day again. So now it's Sunday. I hope. I don't know. I sat up, stretching from a nice sleep. I found Boku sleeping in a chair that's so creepy he should not be the one person who is still in her room. This is not how it works either, only like a guardian can stay overnight. At least I think so. I don't remember. I've been in the hospital once as a minor, but it was way after this. Was he here overnight? I walked over to him and sat by him. I put the comb from my back sack on his lap. Okay. He seemed to notice and open his eyes slowly. He must be a real light sleeper then. I don't remember anything from last night, so I guess I'll ask. Boku, what happened last... How does she know... If it was last night... Then... So then... The previous day was Saturday, and nobody showed up. She didn't wake up until Saturday, but... I don't know. I don't know how this works. I don't know. Boku, what happened last night? I don't remember, I asked, still waking up. He yawned and picked up the comb. It's nothing you need to know, he said. Wow. 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 I swear he was hiding something from me, but I have no idea. I hug him to decide to tell him. Boku, I'm gonna grow my hair. That's so stupid. I know exactly why I wrote that like that, and I hate it. That's so dumb. I said sleepily. He looked surprised and then picked me up. Again, no consent here. He carried me to the bathroom to get dressed. I closed the door after he gave me my clothes. A sticky note said, Dear Miku, I had to leave, so I left your clothes here with Boku. Not weird at all. He wouldn't leave. Not weird at all. I would expect him to from what happened last night. Love, Suki. I wonder what happened, but oh well. Wow. My character just really doesn't give a shit. Still, this is such a bad friend. Such a bad friend. After I opened the door, Boku swept me off my feet. Literally. That doesn't say... Literary. What? How did I spell it that badly wrong? I held on tight while he carried me to the next room. This room was fairly big and had 2 divisions. Bedroom and bathroom were one, while dining was division 2. I really had no idea how hospitals worked at all. Unless this is supposed to mean, like, the bedroom and the bathroom were one, like, no. Nope. Middle school me did no research on this. Wow, I gasped in awe, looking at the layout before me. That's not how you spell layout, it's one word. Did you make this? I asked. Yes, said Boku. He was blushing a bright velvet red, and now I'm stuck on only velvet. Okay. He sat me down at the table when I noticed a cast on my leg. Wait, okay, I know that, like, did you make this is for food that was on the table. But I don't mention it here, I mention it later. That's really... why? He sat me down on the table and I noticed a cast on my leg. This isn't how it works. This isn't how it works. She would have noticed that when she was standing up and walking around. Nobody's this stupid. My leg. I don't remember this, I said. When you first woke up, Suki said you had a fever, but Really, you came back because your leg was also broken but wasn't noticed. That's not how anything works. That's not how anything works. That's not how anything works. No. No. She was just making sure you didn't notice while you were still weird with laughing gas. I can't remember fucking laughing gas. Said Boku. So that's what happened. Something weird must have happened while I was high on laughing gas. It's not laughing gas. Oh well, at least I can enjoy Boku's cooking. Again, it wouldn't be... I guess that means he would have brought it in to the hospital, but also I'm pretty sure a lot of hospitals oftentimes don't let you bring food in. It just depends, I guess. I've only been in the hospital once, so I really don't know. Well, omitted. I take a big mouthful of warm pancakes covered in melting butter and silky syrup. After I finish the food, I clean my mouth and fingers off with a napkin. This was delicious. Thank you so much for the food, I said in joy with a heartwarming smile. He smiled back and velvet red covered his face again. Again with the velvet. He carries me back to my bed and covers me up. Do you know when I get to go back to school? I really want to go home again, I said with a hopeful smile. You can leave this afternoon, but Suki and I will be assisting you at home. And why would he get to do any assistance at all? He shouldn't be allowed near her. She needs a restraining order. You can leave this afternoon, but Suki and I will be assisting you at home and at school. You'll be in a wheelchair for a while. At the end of his sentence, he sounded a bit upset. I looked down a little sad, but then hugged Boku. Thanks for all you've done. He's done barely anything at all, but okay. I said. I closed my eyes, drifting off into another world, my dream world. I hoped that she laid down and went to sleep first. She also just woke up. She woke up, ate some food, and went back to sleep. Great. Awesome. That's fine. I woke up at home with Suki there with me. I have real cat ears, claws, tail, and teeth. Suki and I skipped around the house, running around outside together, jumping from roof to roof, all the way to the bus stop. We sat together and waited for the bus. As soon as the big yellow drove in, we were already up to our feet by the door. Suki was confident and faster. We both go on the bus as I sat by Boku and his friends. Wow. The back seats weren't empty anymore. Just, only in your dreams can he have friends. That's how much of a loner he is. Wow. We talked normally without whispering and talked to others around us. Suki was chatting with other girls freely. This place was so great. Nobody thought I was weird and everyone respected each other. Meow! I yelled in real life during my dream. Suki laughed until my alarm woke me up from my pleasant dream. Suki helped me get ready and got me down the stairs into my wheelchair. I tried to roll myself around, but that didn't work out. Okay, there's no context of why she's in this person's house and why her friend is in her house and taking care of her instead of, again, parents. There's no guardians, no parents. Her parents should be doing this, not some rando friend who is also a middle schooler and also lives in their own house. Suki, you better not make us both late, I shouted playfully. Hee hee, I think I can manage if we leave early. She gave me my herbal tea and my scolding, I don't think that's spelled right, hot thermos. And we headed onward. She ran pretty fast, but she still took 2 minutes. Again, not even conceivable. Not possible. Not possible. "We're early," she said, exhausted. As soon as she said that, the bus rolled in and Boku stepped off to get me. That's not weird at all. Suki folded the wheelchair while Boku picked me up and onto the bus. There was lots of chit-chat. I overheard some such as "Did I get hit by a car? I didn't know floor hockey could be so dangerous," etc. Random people wouldn't know that, but okay. Boku took me to our usual seat, but this time people were staring at us. I felt uneasy at their looks, pulling at the collar of my coat. Eventually they stopped staring and went back to talking, but I was still in uneasy silence. Boku patted my head, noticing how uneasy I felt about this. I preferred him carrying me, but we don't have the same classes. Wow. Suki stuck with all the work, pushing me around. Today was PE. They never got off the bus, but okay. I don't have to get dressed, but Suki has to push me around to where our team is. I feel guilty. I might be heavy. After Suki set me down in a pretty safe spot, she got ready for the game. I hear the puck drop and the game begin at the referee's liking. I cheer her on. "Score! Yes, we got a point. Woohoo!" I punched the air. It looks like I was too excited because I fell out of the wheelchair. I got back in it myself, but it took a bit and hurt my hand. While I was working hard getting back in the wheelchair, our team got 5 points. 6 points in total. I feel like that doesn't work that way, but I really don't remember. Wow. I hear the whistle of the coach, which means game over. Woohoo! I shouted and fell out again. Some people giggled, but it didn't matter. I was laughing too. We won our game and moved to a new opponent on the court next to the one we just played in. I didn't need to be moved since the safest spot was by the hockey sticks, which were in the center of the whole court. I cheered my team again, and they got 3 points. The puck came toward me, and I freaked out. I picked it up and yelled, "Stop!" These stopped before they ran into me because the puck was out of bounds. I gave the puck to the refs and the game continued. I got a little bored and started playing around with the hockey sticks when the whistle blew, and I looked at the score. Yup, we won. I put the sticks back and waited by the exit door for Suki. Everything in this is just so it's so, what's a good word for it? It's like living a fantasy through writing. Almost. That's kind of what it's like. But middle school me, who had no sense of anything. "You're waiting for Suki, aren't you? I'll take you," insisted a boy in my class. "Ah!" I yelled. Suki just came out and saw me getting carried away by a classmate. She just stood there and giggled. Imagine my face getting carried away and then just see her stand there and laugh. Yeah, I had an annoyed face. God, I hate this. I hate it. I really don't like middle school me. I was not in a happy mood after that. I did my work in class, but I did not talk to Suki. I just let the other students take me. At least this time they were girls. When the bell rang to let us go, someone rolled me out and saw Boku. He took me off their hands and took me to the bus. "Why isn't Suki taking you to the bus?" he asked. "I'm mad at her," I said with my arms crossed. He sighed and took me to the bus. He had to fold the wheelchair by himself, carry me and it. I felt sorry for him, but he is very strong. He's not at my stop, so I'm a little worried. I don't know how I'll get down the hill alone in my middle wheelchair. Without Suki, I think I might get even more injured. Suddenly, Boku gets off the bus with a bus pass. Wow, how did that happen? Nothing in this book makes sense, so really it makes sense because it doesn't make sense. He only knew when we were on the bus. Maybe he just wanted to visit me while I had my wheelchair, or maybe Boku is a magician from another world. Nah, that's stupid. I'm so stupid. Okay, well, that's very true, you are. Boku grabs the handles of my wheelchair and starts walking me down backwards so I don't fall out. Which, by the way, I'm basing this whole entire thing around my own experiences, like my middle school self did. And my neighborhood had a really steep hill to get up and down the bus stop. So, it's not mentioned here at all, but that's why. It feels so fun, like on a roller coaster going down backwards, screaming with joy. That sentence makes no sense. Whee! I shout. I find Suki walking in the opposite direction. Maybe she and Boku talked about it without me knowing. Or maybe since she sees him, she would rather go along with others. She said she would be confident for me, but she is more like using it to get away from me. I feel like our connection is gone. Nada. Zip. Boku takes me in the house and starts to carry me around. Geez, by now I would think that his arms would be sore. I weigh 90 pounds, enough to sustain my health. Oof, that's not a lot. I mean, I've had weight issues for a really long time, so I'm not surprised. I bet his arms are sore, but he is just carrying me around because he is a nice guy. He's a nice guy. That means it has such a different meaning now as well. He sets me on the chair at the table. How does he know this? And how did he know I'm hungry? Maybe I'm just making assumptions. Suki probably just talked to him about what to do because she knew I'm mad at her. I'm feeling a little forgiving right now. I want to ask her if she told him all this. I tell Boku to just give me a couple cookies. What do you really want? Boku asked. Nothing. I'm just fine with a couple cookies, I said, as I turn around to focus on the TV. I normally watch sci-fi or cartoons. Boku opened up the oven. I wonder what was going on. Okay, I'm gonna just stop questioning things because at this point it's not even worth it. I looked over and saw him putting fresh cookie dough into the oven. I just sat there in shock. He was making cookies? I said. Someone who is injured or sick deserves to have fresh cookies, he said with a bright smile. Boku was so nice, but mysterious. If he let his nice and cheerful side out more, I bet he would have lots of friends. People just took him wrong. He isn't creepy or mean. He is cheerful. I feel sorry for him. Just then I got a great idea. I mean, he is really creepy, to be honest. You just are too dumb to realize that. But, okay. Also, he shouldn't be at her house, but he is, again. Maybe if I introduce him to people, he will have friends and be more cheerful. Okay, well, Sugi hasn't ended out well, but I bet Boku will. Boku is too nice to leave someone behind. Wow. Wow. I flip through the cartoons looking for something good to watch. As I find something I like, I leave the TV on that channel and watch with intent. After a bit of cartoons, I hear a nice firm ding sound from the oven. I watch as he takes out warm, delicious chocolate chip cookies out of the hot oven. How many times am I gonna say oven? I have to wait a few minutes for the cookies to cool as my hunger rises to the yummy aroma. Okay, I seem to only be really good at describing food and nothing else. After I watch more TV focus on the smell of cookies, Boku brings me a plate of warm chocolate melting cookies. He didn't have a plate as I sat and ate. I stopped mid-bite to look at his plateless spot on the table. Get some cookies. I demand you have cookies. Okay, I said. He shakes his head no, as in he's okay. I get up and walk in pain to get him a Dude, he said no! He said no, he didn't want any. Just stop. Stop. There's no consent in this story. I get up and walk in pain to get him a cookie and I shove it in his mouth. What the fuck? He looks at me surprised but then enjoys the taste of the smooth, warm cookie melting in his mouth. What is wrong with you? Consent, please. I walk over to my seat and start eating my cookies again. We both smile with cookies eaten and watch TV together. I fell asleep in my chair at the table, head leaning on the back of the chair. I felt someone pick me up and place me in my bed, cover me up with blankets. I heard someone exit or enter the front door as I dozed off to deep sleep. I had a new dream. I was taking Boku around, introducing him to new people, and in the end I have the same dream as always. Boku with lots of friends. Okay, so he just left her house, because he doesn't have a key. Basically, from how I see it, she's sleeping in a house alone with the front door unlocked now. But okay. When I woke up, it was 6 p.m. and Suki was home. Wait, so they live together? I got out of bed and tried to walk around. When I found Suki, she was different. She had wolf-like features, like wolf ears, fangs, claws. Suki? I barely wanted to say. Boku came out from behind her and smiled evilly. Boku? I didn't want to say that either. Oh yes, we are Boku and Suki, he said creepily as he walked slowly toward me. I couldn't walk away because of my cast. You say that despite walking around several times, but whatever. Come play with us, said Suki, with a smile that shouldn't even fit her face and her giant, sharp, bloody teeth. I couldn't move away from my two friends, getting closer every minute. Miku, come join us, said Boku. He opened his arms wide, hands ready to grab me with his sharp claws. I cried, not being able to move as he got close enough that I could smell the blood in his clothes. He started to embrace me as I screamed in terror. I woke up screaming. It was only a nightmare. I heard the TV on, but no one was coming upstairs to my scream, and I was worried it wasn't a dream. I walked downstairs, more of a trying to run walk, and a cast, but delayed to a slow walk, to find the TV was on, but no one was there. I looked around and turned off the TV. There were fresh muffins and a note. I left because I have to be home before the full moon. If the moon is out, I will be in trouble. Boku. That's not ominous at all. Is this suddenly turning into a werewolf story? It sounded like he was a werewolf, but with the way he talks sometimes, it's not simple talk. I looked out the nearest window with the muffin in hand, stuffing the warmth into my mouth to see a full moon. Ironically, there was a wolf howl. I smiled at how cute it was and walked back into the kitchen. Suki wasn't home and I felt sad. I looked at the time and went upstairs to bed. Sleeping away again to a night of the sorrowful moon, because when I wake up nothing will be the same. I woke up to feel my cast still on, but I jumped out of bed and it didn't hurt. I found that I must have recovered. Was it the muffin? I wondered about the muffin as I got ready for a trip to the city and a day of skipping school for castrum. It's not how things work. It's not how things work. Whatever. Moving on. I start walking to see Suki up the hill with her new friends. She couldn't see as far as I can. Okay. I walked the downhill way to town to avoid seeing people uphill. I felt so happy like I could fly. And then two wings suddenly popped out of my back and I flew into the air. Okay. Ah! I shot as I flung into the air. Up, down, up, down. Woo, I'm flying now. Wait, flying? I started to fall again as I saw the bus come around. The doors opened before the bus reached the stop and Boku sprinted sprinted out with its arms spread out wide. I could see the bus driver amazed and kids pointing at me, looking out the window and running off the bus, while my wings disappeared so they wouldn't think I'm abnormal or had wings. The ground gets closer and closer. I could see Suki covering her eyes, screaming in horror. I guess if you're high enough, but I don't think she was that. Whatever. I wasn't screaming anymore, for my lungs didn't have the strength for screaming again. Plump! I landed in Boku's arms and everyone cheered in joy. Suki ran over crying. I thought she hated me, but maybe she was just leaving me with Boku for a bit. Why did you do that? She sniffled after and wiped her tears away. I didn't do anything, but I'll tell you later what happened. Right now I need to get my cast off. I'm fine walking alone, I said, jumping out of Boku's hands. No, you need someone to go with you, Suki insisted, pushing Boku towards me, even though that didn't really work because she is so small and not very strong. Okay. Fine, but only because you insisted, I said with a teasing smile. Suki and Boku's classmates would tell the office and teachers what happened. This one doesn't make any sense. There's no logical sense. There's no logical sense here. I walked with Boku, hoping that those weird wings won't come back. Most of this is just me saying that nothing makes sense and then continuing reading how everything that doesn't make sense. We finally made it to the hospital and they took me in 5 weeks early for my cast removal. I'm pretty sure it would have taken a longer time than 5 weeks, but I have no clue because I've never had a broken bone. But anyways, none of this makes sense regardless, so it doesn't matter. I laid down waiting for the knockout gas. Again, I just didn't know how to spell anesthesia, so I just didn't put it in. To flow into my lungs, to drift me to sleep until awakened. That makes no sense. The operation began once I was in a deep knockout sleep. I had a dream of having cat ears and tail and more features, just like I've always wanted. Soon I woke up to stitches gone and no more casts on my arm and leg. I was happy and jumped out of bed. I changed in the bathroom and looked around for Boku. Boku? I said, concerned. Here, he said, embracing. Okay, hold on. I changed in the bathroom and looked around for Boku. Boku? I said, concerned. Here, he said, embracing me with his arms from behind. I stood there not knowing what to do. Suddenly cat features started to appear on me, just like in the dream. I would normally be excited, but right now I was silent. Boku touched my cat ears as I flinched and moved away. He grabbed my tail as I screeched. Nobody heard me because he covered my mouth. Oh god, this is getting really murdery again. So you ate one of my muffins, didn't you? He whispered in my ear. Ugh. You can't go out there like this. People want to take you away to poke and prod you with needles, he whispered again. We sat there for 5 minutes when finally my features faded away. Boku picked me up and I glared at him. He smiled and took me out to the door covered with my jacket. He probably did that just in case I changed again so nobody would notice. I acted like I was asleep just to play along. That's not weird at all. We walked out of the hospital. That's not how it worked. I'm not gonna say it. And started to leave town the fast way. I glared at him the whole time even though he couldn't see me under my jacket. We made it to my home. I couldn't see what it was, but Boku put something in the microwave. What's in there? I asked. He didn't respond. I waited when soon after the microwave only had to beep once before he opened it. Another muffin. What? I was stopped mid-sentence before he stuffed the muffin in my mouth while moving my head, forcing me to chew. Why is this very assaulty all of a sudden? Just assault, there is assault. Why? I swallowed and glared at him again. What was that for? I half shouted while crossing my arms. You need to eat another. You were still recovering from dizziness. Don't think I didn't notice. No, I'm not gonna say it, he said, looking at me with a smile. I sighed, not being able to stand the awkwardness that I'm feeling right now. To make it worse, I just remembered the hug at the hospital. Great, now I feel more awkward. I sort of had a mental breakdown, but without showing it to Bohu. I couldn't decide to scream, run, or hide. I just sat there, unable to think, unable to get away or let out relief. I felt like I was going to scream when Boku hugged me. I just couldn't handle it. I started to cry. I didn't expect to cry, but I did. Jesus Christ. Jesus H. Christ. Oh boy. Boku let go in surprise. Boku started getting words out. He looked like he felt bad. He walked slowly towards me, reaching out with his hand. He kneeled down a little and patted me slowly on the head. Is he really that much taller? I felt awkward with him staring at me, but I felt a little better. I wiped my tears with my sleeve, but I couldn't look up at his face. I stretched my arms out and hugged him slightly. I wasn't upset anymore. I felt fine with Boku around me once again with his magic muffins. And that's where it ends. I never continue writing it anymore. Thank fucking God. I couldn't imagine how much worse that could get. But honestly, at this point, my little middle school brain ran out of ideas. I couldn't think of anything else to write. Sad. Such sad. But honestly, this was just really terrible and cringy and very, very, very much non-consenting all around and extremely illogical. But my writing is much better now, and I've actually been editing this whole entire saga for like years and years and years. I like to edit it every couple of years and just add on and maybe make an actual comprehensible book at some point. But I highly doubt it. Well, there's me reading my middle school novel that's only 11 pages. Not even really 11 pages. Like one chapter, basically. I mean, I say 2 chapters, that this is all 2 chapters, but really this is not even like 1 chapter, probably. But yeah, there's me reading my awful middle school novel. There you go. Have fun with it.